Reach and the Lignify removal. It's a form of removal. You basically render one of the opponent's threats just a blocker. Can I just call you Click? Click Clicky? Anywho, friend, stick around. I don't think we can afford the second Superior if we're going to add a Dried Arbor. XSV suggests Nameless inversion. Yeah, we can still run a Nameless even without Hakan. I mean, this is Tree Folk. Maybe that's just super sweeter than the Lignify. It's harder to cast, though. Yeah, you could tutor Nameless. What about this? Let's export this and see how much over we are. I assume we are because the Arbor was kind of pricey. Let's try that again. Let's run the numbers. So clear, upload. $106 tickets. So what put us over? We added what? We added all that we added was what? Linvala was already there. What did we change? Was it really the Oh, I added a promo swamp and a promo plains, but those would just be counted as basics. I added another Gavany Township, so that brought us up a little. The third Gavany Township might have put us over. We added something else. There's the Dried Arbor. Dried Arbor is about this much. So we're at 105. What the heck put us over? What did I change? We didn't change that much. Oh yeah, Joe, I want to do something more interesting. I just don't know if we can afford the Rest in Peace in the sideboard. Double Stony Silence is that much? How much is Kataki? We might as well just run a 1 of Kataki. Yeah. Kataki is less... 1 Kataki is less than 2 Stony Silence. We might as well just run a Kataki. Let's cut the 2 Stonies. That opens up some space. And we go... Yep, we can fit that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut the Rest in Peace. We're going to cut the Stonies. We're going to run a Kataki instead. Because it's tutorable. It's also a creature. So Kataki... And what else? What else did I cut? I cut something else. These should just be cheap variants. With this one, I actually was respecting the basics. I was just going with the cheapest thing I could find. Oh, I tried to add a second Mirror Superior, and is that what happened? I like that, Plains. If we're going to go with, you know, in the budget constraint. And then, let's get one that's from the same set. Kind of like this one, okay. Alright. Yeah, the idea is that the Bosks would come in. Two-Face just says cut the Linvala. Yeah, we may not need her. She's a big budget constraint. What are we actually gonna... We need to actually think about how we're gonna use her, otherwise she's not worth the deck slot for sure. I agree. I don't know if I'm gonna run 2 Golgari Charm. Yeah, she has a big cost to her. Cutting Linvala means we get to run a second Superior. Second Superior might be nice. I did say this is probably one of the stronger things we can do. with the chord in the early game. We can also play it thanks to the Arbor off of the Harbinger, or a bird, or a Pilgrim, or a Steward. It does take 2 creatures to tap for Superior, though. XSV says this is really a core deck. What are you getting that's super good as a silver bullet or a combo? Okay, great question. So where are the bullets? That's what everybody wants to know. So here are our bullets. Things that I would regard as bullets. Even though this is a 1-of, I wouldn't regard it as a bullet. This is just an enabler for Teysa. So bullets we can chord into. So this is the bullet list. Wilt Leaf should also be in that list, because that's a nice anthem effect. So this is what we're really trying to do. You technically could chord into an Arbor as well. It's these 13. Revelark, Eternal Witness, Mirror Entity, Fiend Hunter, Necrotic Sliver, Orzhov Pontiff, Tidehollow Sculler, Mirror Superior, Painter's Servant, Teysa, Pride Mage, Wilt Leaf Leash, and Dryad Arbor. What's up, Chubby? How's it going, Crawford? Sideboarded Harmonic Sliver. Yeah, we have some more tools. So this is anti-sweeper tech. Dauntless, if there is someone trying to run sweepers. So Dauntless Escort. Kataki. Linvala, although people are saying we should just cut her. Forge Tender. Harmonic Sliver. Another Tidehollow. Militant. A second Fiend Hunter. Samurai of the Pale Curtain. And a Tutorable Canonist. Riku asks, what Painter's Servant combos are in the deck? Oh man, you came at the right time. So basically Teysa plus Painter's Servant equals exile all your opponent's creatures. However, you do need a certain threshold of what? White creatures. That's why I'm hesitant to cut the Stewards and the Attended Knight, or any of the other white creatures, period. I wish Kitchen Finks wasn't so expensive, otherwise we'd be running a bunch of Finks. Maybe that's what the Linvala should be, is some number of Kitchen Finks. Finks is actually cheaper than Linvala right now, so we could maybe... Does everybody understand the rules of the tournament, people who just got here, why we're brewing on a particular budget? And why we've got a bunch of different decks in the pot right now, although that's normal for the stream. I've always got a bunch of different decks in the brew, but if you're sitting there like, well, why are you trying to brew this deck so cheap? We do have a $600 version of the deck that I think is much, much more competitive, but you can't play it in the tournament. The tournament has a ticket threshold. So if you're just getting here and you're like, why is this deck trying to brew this deck terribly? Well, no, we're trying to brew it on. We're trying to do the most we can with our budget. It's actually kind of a cool concept. We basically have to maximize the best deck that we can with the budget constraints that we're given. Just run some Lingering Souls. The problem with Lingering Souls is its price. But we could run a Lingering Souls. Even a single Lingering Souls makes the combo easier. Captain says run some Souls. What's the price on Souls? Harold says, what about Wall of Omens? We did talk about Wall of Omens for sure. So Lingering Souls is... Let's see if that's accurate with Card Hoarder. Lingering Souls is 75 for one. Okay, that's not too bad. We have room for maybe one Lingering Souls. I'd love some Lingering Souls. Like, basically, the Attended Knight was sort of, in a way, the first end of a half of a tutored... But I think it is one of the weaker cards in the deck. Although there was a reason we were testing it, because we wanted a chordable target that could make the rest of the creatures white. Especially since I'm only running one Painter in this variant. The other variant was a 3-3 split. It was, I think, 2 or 3 Teysa, 2 or 3 Painter Servant. So you could actually just tutor up the second Servant if you had a bunch of white creatures. And that is something that would make the combo more consistent. Another way to make the combo more consistent is just run a bunch of Lingering Souls for sure. So we'll try to do that. I guess you could cut a Gavany. And that would equal a Lingering Soul or two. Lingering Souls is just very powerful. That was kind of why I was thinking I wanted timely reinforcements out of the board. Like, timely reinforcements, of course, gives us the 3 white creatures we need. Although the problem is usually we should have more creatures than the opponent. Except in the case of, like, some of the Bushwhacker decks, they're going to have more dudes on board than we do. So, obviously, Lingering Souls is the more flexible card. Safi plus Revelark. Safi plus Revelark. Yeah, some of the budget did go to a Revelark. Yeah, Safi plus a Revelark. That is pretty powerful. Maybe that's better than the 4th Steward. Steward really shouldn't be that many. Another thing that the deck really wants is this. Wall of Roots. Chubby, we're not sure. Nathaniel basically just said, start brewing, you know what your constraints are, you know that it's 100 tickets, and you know that I's banned, so... Only problem with Knight is the reliance on... Oh, well, somebody said Juniper. Hang on. Earlier, somebody suggested Juniper. Order Ranger? Juniper Order something? Juniper something or other? This is really grindy. Juniper? Juniper Order Ranger. There's another creature that's like multicolored creatures you control. These are cards we could talk about. Hang on. Multicolored creatures. Juniper Order is obviously not a 4-drop like the Whitleaf. Multicolored creatures you control are permanents. The Knight of New Alara. Each other multicolored creature you control gets +1/+1 for each of its colors. The Knight of New Alara might be a consideration for more Anthem effects. And it would also make the Painter more successful in the deck because we're probably going to paint it black because we have 0 pure black creatures in the deck. So this plus this would be another use for the Painter Servant. Karmic Guide. I remember Guide. I've played it in Cube. Karmic Guide. Yeah, Karmic Guide, sweet. Not legal in the format though. Crypt Champion. Austin says painted black, you say? Rain asks what's Lignify is. It's a tutorable pacifism essentially. Although pacifism doesn't let them block. 2/2 double strike for 4 guy. Yeah, these are some other things we could try. These are specific to... The problem with Knight of New Alara is it's specific to multicolored, whereas Juniper is just when creatures come in, you get counters. So this is actually really awesome. This actually seems really cool. Did Juniper get a reprint, though? I think it did. No, this is the reprint, excuse me. That is Modern Legal Suite. For those of you who are unaware. But the, Yep. Oh, I like how it takes off the other one, though, even though you could use those, the older ones. That's funny. Anyway, Juniper, so this actually seems like a really cool 5-drop for us. It was also in a duelist deck printing. Do I have the red for the Crypt Champion to do the combo, or no? We don't have any red other than Birds of Paradise. Steward only makes green. Pilgrim makes white. Obviously Dryad is green. Bosk is red. Is green and black and white for Pain. This is a Pain land, by the way. I looked into the Pain lands. All the Pain lands are expensive right now due to the Eldrazi. I like the idea of Juniper. Let's get the Revelark back in this thing. And the Safi's interesting as protection. We don't have a Spellskite. Spellskite's too expensive to run. This honestly could take the place of the Spellskite. I wanted something like a Spellskite effect. I see, like, Safi, Soldier of the Pantheon seems good with Painter to fight aggressive decks. Soldier of the Pantheon. I'm familiar with the card. Ooh, Wheel of Sun and Moon. Probably too pricey, though. This doesn't hurt our graveyard, but only affects our opponent's graveyard. How much is Wheel of Sun and Moon? Ranger of Eos is an option if we have some spicy 1-drops besides Militant and Forge Tender. Like, we have some options. It's just you gotta stay within the budget constraint. Glittering Wish is sweet, but too expensive. Revelark. Revelark, where are you?